This is not for family. Not for family. Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. Man, I think that was the worst loss of the season. In fact, I know it was the worst loss of the season so far. How this Knicks team could go to Cleveland and put that effort on the floor and be in any way satisfied, it's impossible. I'm sure the players themselves are feeling the same, sense of frustration that we are feeling with these results. This was by far, in my opinion, the worst game of the season. And the Knicks have no excuses for this result. They are basically fully healthy, except they're missing Deuce McBride, which I've said many times before. I feel like we're all underestimating how much his loss, the impact of his loss on this team really is. But that aside, Leon has done, he's tried to address it. He brought Alvarado. He added Sohan. I mean, neither of them are combine them together. They're not half the player that Deuce McBride is, but there's something. But you would think the players that are still on the roster, healthy and available to play, would step up today. Show who they truly are. I mean, this current team is one of the two teams that remained last season in the conference finals. You would not be able to tell that by the way they played tonight. This New York Knicks team was an abomination tonight. They allowed themselves to be dominated and humiliated by the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. And that is the one thing they should have been completely 100% focused on avoiding. They did not do that tonight. And I can start from the beginning, from the top. Coach Brown, Jalen Brunson, Towns, everyone else, all the way through. Nobody stepped up. Nobody showed up tonight. Except maybe Mitch Robinson, which is one of the main questions I have as to why Coach Brown did not counter the Cavs double big lineup with our double big lineup. Why did he wait so long? Look, experimenting is great. It is. But we're at game 59. 59, 58, whatever it is. There's precious few games left in the season. You can figure out how Sohan can fit into the construct of this team over a 10 or 15 game period. It doesn't have to be crammed into the first 3-4 games after you acquire him. Mo Diawara finally got some game time today, but he was iced. He had been iced before that. He had no floor time. He missed all 3 of his shot attempts tonight. He was playing fantastic basketball before the trade deadline. Now, he feels like a forgotten guy. He'll recover. This team will recover from this. They will recover from this. And trust me on this. They will recover from this, but it doesn't at all make this moment feel any better. This sucks. This fucking sucks. And our coach is being paid big fucking money to avoid this shit. Where the fuck was the double big lineup against Mobley and Allen? Why do you stick to Josh Hart like your life depends on it? And Mikal Bridges, what's your deal, dude? Seriously. Like, if you're watching this right now, Mikal, I don't understand your deal. What is it that you provide on the court to winning basketball right now? I've seen you do it in the past. I've seen you be a game changer. But right now, I don't get it. What is he? You drive into the paint, these little fadeaways. What the fuck is that? If you don't make it, you suck. It's like if you do that move, you have to make it. Do you understand that? It's like really that clear and simple. Because if you don't go take it to the hoop with force and compromise the defense, make them either foul you or let you have it, you're not putting pressure on them. You're not making them making the tough decisions. Your little fadeaway is totally bailing them out. And you got to make that like 88% of the time for it to be worth it. And you don't. You don't. Stephen Castle showed you how you should play Cade. I'm expecting that in the playoffs, by the way. And I will fucking hold you to that. Mikal Bridges, major disappointment. OG Anunoby, major disappointment. Jalen Brunson, major disappointment tonight. And Josh Hart, not only are you a disappointment, but the entire organization is a disappointment in putting that much faith in you. Why the fuck do you think you get open looks? Because you can't shoot. That's what the other team has decided. They're like, oh, well, these other guys can all shoot. So we're going to just leave Hart open. And it worked. You know why it worked? Because you let it work. There was a play on the right wing. You were wide open for an easy corner three-point shot. Instead, what did you do? You drove into oblivion, into the teeth of the defense, and jumped up and tried to pass the ball to somebody. It was a total turnover. And if it wasn't for CAVS fucking up and throwing the ball, overthrowing it to Keon Ellis, that would have hurt us even more. Stupid. That is stupid basketball. Knicks are currently playing stupid basketball compared to the abilities that they have. Absolutely appalling. Appalling! We're done! We're done with the okay. Maybe this, maybe that. No. This is it. The season begins now. You got to show us something. All of you in orange and blue and on the sidelines, the coaches, the assistants, everybody, show us something. And when I buy that, by the way, I'm talking about winning the championship. Yeah. Are you going to be okay? Are you going to get to the playoffs? Yeah, you're going to get to the playoffs. Maybe are you going to win the first round? Yeah, most likely you're going to win the first round. Can you win the second round? Probably. Honestly, when I break it all down, I find it hard to believe this team is not going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. But to get past the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't know right now. I'm not that sure by the way this team is playing. The decision-making process on this team does not embolden me with the belief that this team can get those 4 wins in the Eastern Conference Finals to get to the finals right now. No. By the effort and the lack of execution that I saw tonight on everybody's end. Because again, why the fuck wasn't Mitch in this game earlier with Cat on the floor against Allen and Mobley? Welcome into the Knicks-Verse. If this is your first time here, then you're here for a treat. If you've been here before, this is totally wrong. Totally wrong. Sorry about that. Let me change this overlay. Apologize about that. Here we go. Knicks did not win this game. They lost this game 109-94. Apologies for that. Shout out to the chat. We got like 100 people in the chat right now. Great turnout. We see Slow Runner. What's up? Slow Runner's, he's already ready to trade to everybody. I'm not trading anybody right now. This is not what this is about. We have the tools in the toolbox to get the job done. We just have to use them correctly, and the tools themselves have to fucking make themselves work. That's just the reality of the situation that we're in right now. Knicks lost 109-94, and honestly, it was a worse loss than this. Knicks were down 20 pretty late in the game. After battling, they got this thing down to 6. They got this thing down to 6 at the half. They led by 2 at the very beginning of the game, and then were down for the rest of the game. You can see it right there. Oh, man. There was a moment there during the fourth quarter. I think there was about 7 minutes or so left, and I still thought, you know what, this team, they just pulled off that 18-point comeback. Maybe they could do it again. They showed us a little signs of life of that. They cut it down to 15, but then just mistakes after mistakes. New York Knicks lost 109-94. The rebounding was even, 44 each. Assists, even 23 each, which is pretty low for both teams, at least for the Knicks, we know. The steals, 15 steals for the steals and blocks combined, 15 stocks to 17 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Knicks committed 16 turnovers, careless with the ball. Really, they didn't handle the ball well at all. The field goal percentage, they shot barely over 40%. That's a team. The Cavaliers didn't shoot much better, 42.5%. But the three-point line was the major difference tonight. The Cavaliers shot 10% better than the Knicks, and that basically is why they won. Knicks shot 27%. Cavs shot 37.1%. And also the free throw shooting. Terrible free throw shooting for the Knicks. The Knicks hit 2 of 3 overall for the night, and the Cavs shot almost nearly 73%. Points in the paint, Knicks were 46-42, plus 4 there. Second chance points, they were -1, and fast break points, they were +1. So it really comes down to the three-point shooting tonight for the Knicks. Knicks shot 27% from the field overall, while the Cleveland Cavaliers shot 37% on. Knicks ended up shooting 37 attempts. Okay. I felt like they were only at 15 attempts in the first half, so they upped that, but still it wasn't enough. The free throw shooting was a disaster. Rebounding a disaster. The turnovers. 16 turnovers here. That's the reason we lost. We were careless with the ball. Well, shout out to the chat. See, we survey 100 people. Thank you so much for joining me, brother. We got Terrell White, FGC Hitman. We got Slow Runner, Nibbler Do. What's up, man? So frustrating seeing Brown fumble the best Knicks team we've had in 30 years. Yeah, it is. And look, I hope that I'm way overreacting to this loss. I hope that this was part of the process, trying to figure out and find out what your team has to offer, who to turn to. Sometimes you have to try different things, but not implementing a game plan that was going to take it to the Cavs as opposed to react to the Cavs is something I don't understand at all. Don't understand. The Cavs actually, Jared Allen was 7 of 8 from the field, but other than him, no one else was really that spectacular. And Mobley, I guess, you know what? I take that back. Mobley was 4 of 7. Really just 7 attempts in 25 minutes. He was a +5. Donovan Mitchell, 5 of 18. He shot 27%, 25% from the field, 25% from the three-point line. He wasn't anything fantastic. Harden definitely delivered some decent minutes. 4 of 7 from the three-point line for him. Gave you 20 points. He was a +10. But this was a self-inflicted wound. When you allow Josh Hart to take the second most amount of shots in a game, you know you're going to lose. When you allow him to take more than double the amount of shots than your all-star, all-NBA center, you're not going to win that often. Karl Anthony Towns took 5 shots, hit them all, but only took 5 in the entire game. This is after he was the high man against the Bulls, delivered 28 points, and then you only give this man 5 shot attempts? I don't give a fuck about your scheme and your this and in the flow of the off. I give 0 fucks about that. You go to him. He's starting to gain momentum. He had scored 20 points or more in the last 5 games. He was shooting over 40% from the three-point line. 55% from the three-point line recently. You could just feed him. Why do you allow the opponent to take you out of what can win for you? That is terrible coaching. And the rest of the players as well. Terrible situational awareness. What the fuck? You think Mikal Bridges is going to get you a win in this game, giving him 17 shot attempts? And Karl Anthony Towns only 5? That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous thinking. It's an embarrassment. That's right, Slow Runner. Utterly an embarrassment. And Brunson, what the fuck was up with you, bro? 6 of 19? I like those numbers because that's my birthday, June 19th. But what the fuck? 31.6% from the field? You were better from 3. I would rather you fucking shot all 19 of those from the three-point line. You sucked inside the arc. Only 4 assists? Look at Mitch Robinson's line right here. Look at this. He was ultimately a -4. So it's not like he was the savior. But in 19 minutes, 5 of 6 from the field, 1 of 4 from the three-point line, from the free throw line, sucks. But 15 rebounds, 8 of them offensive, 7 defensive rebounds, got an assist, 2 blocks, no turnovers, and 2 personal fouls, delivers 11 points. Mike Brown, why wasn't he on the court instead of Josh Hart? Why? Look at the level of inefficiency that Josh Hart had tonight. He shot 36.4% from the field, 25% from 3, and then it was the shots he didn't take. Also, dribbling into oblivion, turning the ball over. He committed 3 turnovers. Mitch had 0 turnovers tonight. Hart had 3 turnovers. If you swapped Hart for Mitch in the minutes and in the situations, I mean, I think Knicks have a decent chance of being right there. They're pulling this game out. But this was other than Towns and Mitch. This was a team-wide loss. And Towns gets a lot of blame as well, by the way, because he was on the court in pivotal minutes. Only gave you 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 turnovers. That was atrocious. So really, it just comes down to Mitch. When will Mike Brown realize that the difference maker weapons that he has on this team are 3 players? Brunson, Towns, and Robinson. Those are the difference makers. No other team really has answers for those 3 guys. And when Brown finally realizes that and he develops a schematic that basically, takes advantage of that, this team will never reach its true ceiling. All the other guys will rise with this team if you develop a system that maximizes Towns, Brunson, and Mitch. Now, I don't want to downplay, not downplay, but, ignore the fact that this team is missing Deuce McBride. And Deuce McBride is instrumental to the success of this team. Instrumental. But that said, he's not here. So you have to figure out a way to rise above it. And you're not going to rise above it with a guy like Josh Hart. You're not. It's just not. I'm sorry for all the Josh Hart lovers, but he's not a starting player on a contender. He's not. He's a great guy that comes off the bench. He's not a starter. Now, Shamet would be the other option to start, but he was terrible tonight. 1 of 5 from the field, missed all 3 of his 3-pointers, got a couple of rebounds, an assist and a steal, but he committed 3 turnovers tonight. He was team worst, -22. Terrible game for Leonard Shamet. Terrible game for Jalen Brunson, -20, right behind Shamet. People love to shit all over the plus-minus stats, but in the end of the day, they're actually they're pretty accurate. They're pretty accurate, unfortunately. Now, they're dependent on the players you're on the court with, so every game is not the exact, but games like tonight, definitely, it does reveal the truth of what happened. And there it is, plain as day. Man. Oh, man. I fucking hate this loss. OG, what happened to you, bro? He's obviously not 100% with the toe. I mean, he's 1 of 6 from the three-point line. He was a minus 12. This guy's the plus-minus god of the Knicks of all time, pretty much. 5 points. So, once he keeps getting healthier and healthier, this is going to reverse. This is going to turn the other way. So, this is a temporary bother that he just sucks right now. I don't believe he's going to stay like that. But Mikal Bridges, man, Mikal, how about you step up and really show us why you were worth 5 picks? Now, I know it's not 5 valuable picks. They were shit picks. So we're kind of people overreact about that, the 5 picks. But how about you deliver? Give us something, bro. Mitch was a beast. 19 minutes off the bench. 15 rebounds, 8 offensive, 11 points, 5 of 6 and 2 blocks. Should have had more minutes. Karl Anthony Towns. 5 total shots for the whole game. 4 of them in the first half. Only 1 in the second half. He did commit 5 turnovers. So he was not perfect at all by any stretch of the imagination. But when you develop your game plan entering this game after what Towns has shown you recently, he is the most impactful. He had been the most impactful player on the Knicks in the past 15 games with a plus 23 net rating and a 98 defensive rating. That's fantastic numbers. Those are otherworldly numbers. So coming off of the Bulls game, why wouldn't you design an entire game plan to maximize his flow right now? Instead, you make him like an accessory. That's stupid. That's just stupid. Sorry, coach. Sorry. It's just dumb. And then this guy, he was the Cleveland Cavaliers. Got to give them credit. They knew their game plan. They were like, we're going to make his life miserable. And they achieved it. He missed 13 of 19 field goal attempts tonight. Yeah, he finished with 20 points, but that was all earned in a really inefficient way. Only 4 assists, 2 turnovers. He was a minus 20, the second worst on the team to Landry Shamet with a minus 22. I'm so annoyed by this. I'm not even going to keep going. You guys have been fantastic. I got to eat some dinner. And I'm going to rewatch this game, figure out what the fuck happened and what this means for the future of this team. JD and I keep having a back and forth about, hey, what's the real ceiling on this team? Well, games like this make you wonder if the ceiling is lower than I believe. And the coach is not making it any better, honestly. He's not. All right. Thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. Please follow me on social media. Right there. Here we go. Instagram, Twitter, wherever. If you've been here before and haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I mean, I still believe in what this team can ultimately achieve. I still believe in that. It's just nights like this that really challenged that tremendously. This was not a good night for those who believe this Knicks team can come out of the East. It was not a good night. But it doesn't decide it. Long way to go. Long way to go. Very long way to go. All right. I will see you around down the Knicks-Verse. Let's get back on track. Let's go.